Your beliefs shape the reality you experience every single day. The way you perceive yourself, your abilities, and the world around you directly influences the actions you take and the outcomes you achieve. The concept of mindset is often underestimated, yet it is the very foundation upon which success is built. People who achieve great things in life do not necessarily start with more talent, resources, or advantages. What sets them apart is how they think. They cultivate a mindset that allows them to push through obstacles, learn from failures, and constantly evolve into better versions of themselves. At the core of this is the idea of a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset is the belief that your abilities, intelligence, and talents are static traits. You either have them or you don't. People with a fixed mindset tend to avoid challenges because they fear failure, seeing it as a reflection of their worth rather than an opportunity for growth. They often compare themselves to others, believing that those who succeed simply have natural talent, luck, or an unfair advantage. This way of thinking can be incredibly limiting because it discourages effort and persistence. When someone with a fixed mindset encounters difficulty, they are more likely to give up, assuming that they are simply not meant to succeed in that area. On the other hand, a growth mindset is the belief that intelligence, skills, and abilities can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. Those who adopt this way of thinking understand that failure is not a dead end, but a necessary part of growth. They seek out challenges because they recognize that struggle leads to progress. Rather than being discouraged by setbacks, they analyze what went wrong, adjust their approach, and try again with a new perspective. This creates a cycle of continuous improvement that propels them forward, allowing them to achieve things they once thought impossible. One of the most powerful examples of a growth mindset in action is the journey of highly successful individuals who have faced rejection, failure, and doubt, yet continue to push forward. Take Thomas Edison, for example, who famously failed thousands of times before successfully inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he didn't see them as defeats, but rather as valuable lessons, saying, "I have not failed, I've just found 1,0,0,0,0 ways that won't work." This kind of thinking is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who remain stuck in mediocrity. It is not about being born with genius-level intelligence or extraordinary talent. It is about believing in the ability to improve and putting in the work to make it happen. The way you talk to yourself also plays a crucial role in shaping your mindset. Many people unconsciously hold themselves back with self-doubt, negative self-talk, and limiting beliefs. They tell themselves that they are not smart enough, not skilled enough, or not worthy of success. Over time, these thoughts become deeply ingrained and dictate their actions, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. But just as negative thoughts can hold you back, positive and empowering thoughts can push you forward. When you consciously shift your internal dialogue to one of encouragement, resilience, and possibility, you start to rewire your brain to look for opportunities instead of obstacles. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," you begin to ask, "How can I do this?" This subtle shift in perspective makes all the difference. It's also important to recognize that mindset is not something you change overnight. It requires consistent effort and self-awareness. Just like training a muscle, strengthening your mindset takes time, practice, and deliberate action. You must actively challenge your own limiting beliefs, expose yourself to new ideas, and surround yourself with influences that encourage growth. Reading books, listening to podcasts, learning from mentors, and seeking constructive feedback are all ways to continuously cultivate a mindset that fuels success. Clarity is power. And setting clear goals is the first and most crucial step toward unlocking your true potential. Many people go through life with vague ambitions, wishing for success but never defining exactly what that success looks like. They say they want to be rich, happy, or successful, but they have no concrete vision of what that means or how to achieve it. Without clarity, it's easy to drift aimlessly, reacting to life circumstances rather than actively shaping your future. When you set clear, specific goals, you create a roadmap that gives your actions direction and purpose. You move from merely existing to actively designing the life you want to live. The most effective goals are those that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Often referred to as SMART goals. Instead of saying, I want to get in shape, a clear goal would be, I want to lose 15 pounds in the next 3 months by exercising 5 days a week and following a healthy diet. This level of specificity not only provides a clear target, but also allows for tracking progress along the way. When you have a precise goal, your brain starts working to find ways to achieve it. You begin to notice opportunities, develop strategies, and take actions that align with your objective. The more detailed your goals are, the more likely you are to achieve them, because you eliminate uncertainty and give yourself a concrete focus. However, setting goals alone is not enough. Many people write down their ambitions, create vision boards, or make grand plans, but never follow through. The real difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck lies in taking action. Action is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Without it, even the most well-crafted goals are meaningless. Yet many people hesitate to take action because they feel overwhelmed, unsure of where to start, or paralyzed by the fear of failure. They wait for the perfect moment, not realizing that perfection is an illusion and waiting only leads to missed opportunities. The key is to start, even if the first steps are small and imperfect. Momentum builds with action, and once you begin, it becomes easier to keep going. One of the most effective strategies for taking consistent action is breaking large goals into smaller, manageable steps. When a goal feels too big, it can be intimidating, leading to procrastination. However, when you divide it into smaller tasks, each step becomes more achievable. For example, if your goal is to write a book, the idea of writing hundreds of pages might seem daunting, but if you commit to writing just 500 words a day, the task becomes much more manageable, and within a few months, you will have a full manuscript. This principle applies to any goal, whether it's starting a business, learning a new skill, or improving your health. Small, consistent actions lead to massive results over time. Another crucial aspect of taking action is overcoming the fear of failure. Many people never pursue their dreams because they are afraid of making mistakes or looking foolish. They worry about what others will think or doubt their ability to succeed. This fear holds them back from even trying, and as a result, they remain stuck in the same place year after year. But the truth is, failure is not the opposite of success. It is a necessary part of it. Every successful person has experienced setbacks, mistakes, and obstacles along the way. The difference is that they didn't let failure stop them. Instead, they learned from it and kept moving forward. Failure provides valuable lessons that help refine your approach and make you stronger. Each mistake brings you one step closer to success if you use it as a learning experience rather than an excuse to give up. Accountability is another powerful tool in ensuring you take action toward your goals. When you keep your ambitions to yourself, it's easy to make excuses or lose motivation. However, when you share your goals with others, whether it's a mentor, a friend, or a coach, you create a sense of responsibility to follow through. Having someone to hold you accountable increases your commitment and keeps you on track, even when motivation wanes. Additionally, surrounding yourself with people who support and encourage your growth makes it easier to stay focused and take consistent action. One of the biggest roadblocks to taking action is waiting for motivation. Many people believe they need to feel inspired before they can start working toward their goals. However, motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. If you rely solely on motivation, you will struggle to take consistent action because there will be days when you don't feel like doing anything. The key is to develop discipline and habits that keep you moving forward even when motivation is low. Creating a routine, setting deadlines, and establishing non-negotiable commitments can help ensure that you continue making progress regardless of how you feel in the moment. Taking action also requires adaptability. No plan is perfect, and challenges will inevitably arise along the way. The ability to adjust and course correct is essential for long-term success. Many people give up when they encounter obstacles, but those who achieve greatness view setbacks as opportunities to learn and improve. When something isn't working, rather than quitting, they analyze what went wrong, make adjustments, and try again with a new approach. Flexibility and persistence are what separate those who succeed from those who don't. Success is not a result of luck, talent, or motivation alone. While these factors can play a role, the real foundation of long-term achievement lies in self-discipline and the habits you build. Many people dream of success, but very few are willing to consistently put in the effort required to reach their full potential. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not just about intelligence or opportunity. It's about self-control, consistency, and the ability to stick to a plan even when the initial excitement fades. Self-discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. It's about prioritizing long-term goals over short-term comfort and mastering the ability to stay committed despite distractions, setbacks, and difficulties. Habits play a crucial role in shaping your success because they dictate the small, repeated actions you take every single day. Your daily habits determine the trajectory of your life more than any single decision ever will. Think about the most successful people in any field, athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, or scientists. Their achievements are not the result of one big action, but rather the accumulation of countless small habits performed consistently over time. If you study high achievers, you will find that they have structured routines that support their goals. They wake up early, exercise regularly, read and learn continuously, and dedicate focused time to their work. These habits may seem small on their own, but when compounded over months and years, they lead to extraordinary results. One of the key aspects of self-discipline is the ability to delay gratification. Most people struggle with this because they seek immediate pleasure rather than long-term rewards. They choose comfort over progress, distractions over focus, and convenience over effort. The most successful individuals, however, have mastered the ability to resist temptations that do not align with their goals. They understand that temporary sacrifices lead to greater rewards in the future. For example, someone who wants to build a successful business might have to give up leisure time, cut unnecessary expenses, and work long hours in the early stages. Someone training for a marathon might have to wake up early, push through exhaustion, and maintain a strict diet. These sacrifices may be difficult in the moment, but they pay off in the long run. Building self-discipline requires structure and intention. One of the most effective ways to develop discipline is by creating a daily routine that eliminates unnecessary decision-making. When you have a structured schedule, you reduce the mental effort required to make good choices because they become automatic. If you have to decide every day whether or not to exercise, you leave room for excuses. But if exercise is already built into your schedule, it becomes a non-negotiable part of your day. This is why many successful people follow strict routines. They understand that discipline is not about relying on willpower, but about creating systems that make success inevitable. Another powerful way to strengthen discipline is by setting clear boundaries and eliminating distractions. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, notifications, entertainment, and countless other things that pull your attention away from meaningful work. If you do not control these distractions, they will control you. One effective strategy is to create an environment that supports focus. This might mean turning off notifications while working, setting specific time blocks for tasks, or even physically removing distractions from your space. The more you minimize temptations, the easier it becomes to stay disciplined. The way you talk to yourself also affects your ability to stay disciplined. Many people fall into the trap of making excuses, telling themselves that they are too tired, too busy, or that they will start tomorrow. These small justifications may seem harmless, but they add up over time and create a pattern of inaction. Developing self-discipline requires shifting your internal dialogue. Instead of saying, "I don't feel like doing this," train yourself to say, "I will do this anyway." Instead of saying, "I'm not motivated today," remind yourself that discipline is more important than motivation. By consistently reinforcing these messages, you rewire your brain to prioritize action over excuses. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to build self-discipline is aiming for perfection rather than consistency. Many individuals start with high levels of motivation, setting ambitious goals and strict routines, only to burn out when they inevitably fall short. The truth is, nobody is perfect, and discipline does not mean never making mistakes. What matters is how quickly you recover when you do slip up. The key is to develop the mindset of progress over perfection. If you miss a workout, don't let it derail your entire fitness journey. If you procrastinate on an important task, don't dwell on it. Just get back on track as soon as possible. The most disciplined people in the world are not those who never make mistakes, but those who refuse to let a mistake turn into a habit. One effective method for maintaining discipline and building strong habits is tracking progress. When you measure your efforts, you create a sense of accountability and motivation. Whether it's keeping a journal, using a habit tracking app, or simply marking progress on a calendar, tracking helps reinforce positive behaviors and makes it easier to stay on course. Seeing tangible progress also boosts confidence and reinforces the belief that your efforts are making a difference. Another important aspect of self-discipline is learning how to manage energy effectively. Many people struggle with discipline not because they lack motivation, but because they are physically and mentally drained. Taking care of your health, getting enough sleep, eating nutritious food, and exercising regularly plays a crucial role in maintaining focus and willpower. When you neglect these areas, it becomes much harder to stay disciplined. Prioritizing rest and recovery is not a sign of weakness, but a necessary part of sustaining long-term success. Accountability can also help reinforce discipline. When you commit to something publicly or involve others in your goals, you create an external source of motivation. This is why having a mentor, joining a group, or working with an accountability partner can be so effective. Knowing that someone else is tracking your progress makes it harder to give in to excuses. It's easy to let yourself down, but it's much harder to let someone else down when they are invested in your success. Life is full of unexpected challenges, obstacles, and setbacks. No matter how carefully you plan, things will not always go the way you expect. Success is not about avoiding difficulties. It is about learning how to face them, adapt, and keep moving forward. Resilience is the ability to withstand adversity, recover quickly from setbacks, and maintain focus on long-term goals despite temporary difficulties. It is the mindset that allows people to rise after failure, to push through discomfort, and to continue striving even when circumstances seem overwhelmingly difficult. Without resilience, even the most talented and intelligent individuals can falter when faced with challenges. With resilience, even those who start with disadvantages can overcome their struggles and achieve greatness. Resilience is built through experience. People who are mentally tough are not born that way. They become that way by repeatedly pushing through hardship and proving to themselves that they can survive and grow. When faced with a difficult situation, many people retreat into fear, self-pity, or frustration. They focus on what went wrong, on what they lost, or on how unfair the situation is. This kind of thinking keeps them stuck in negativity, unable to take action. Resilient individuals, on the other hand, shift their focus towards solutions. They acknowledge the challenge, analyze what went wrong, and start looking for ways to improve or adapt. Instead of dwelling on failure, they ask, what can I learn from this, and how can I move forward? This perspective allows them to maintain momentum even in difficult times. One of the key aspects of resilience is emotional regulation. When something goes wrong, it is natural to feel disappointed, frustrated, or even defeated. However, the ability to control these emotions and not let them dictate decisions is what separates resilient people from those who give up. Many individuals allow temporary emotions to influence long-term choices, quitting when things become difficult simply because they feel discouraged in the moment. Resilient individuals understand that emotions are fleeting and they do not let negative feelings determine their actions. Instead of making impulsive decisions based on frustration or fear, they take a step back, process their emotions, and then respond with clarity and purpose. Resilience is closely linked to adaptability, the ability to adjust and change course when necessary. Life is unpredictable, and being too rigid in your thinking can make setbacks even more difficult to overcome. People who struggle with adaptability often resist change, clinging to familiar routines or strategies even when they are no longer effective. This resistance makes it harder to recover from failure because they remain stuck, unwilling to explore new possibilities. Those who embrace adaptability, however, see change as an opportunity rather than a threat. They are willing to experiment, modify their approach, and shift their mindset when circumstances demand it. This flexibility allows them to navigate uncertainty with confidence and continue progressing even in unpredictable situations. History is full of examples of people who faced enormous setbacks but used their resilience to overcome them. One well-known example is Walt Disney, who was fired from a newspaper job early in his career because his employer told him he lacked creativity. Instead of accepting this failure as a sign that he wasn't good enough, he continued pursuing his vision, experiencing multiple business failures and financial struggles before finally creating the Disney empire. Another example is J.K. Rowling, who was rejected by numerous publishers before her Harry Potter series became one of the best-selling book franchises in history. These individuals did not succeed because they never failed. They succeeded because they refused to let failure define them. Their ability to push forward despite rejection, doubt, and struggle is what ultimately led to their success. One of the best ways to develop resilience is by shifting the way you perceive failure. Many people view failure as something shameful or as a reflection of their worth. They internalize mistakes, believing that failing means they are not capable or that they should give up. This mindset is incredibly damaging because it creates fear. Fear of trying, fear of taking risks, and fear of pushing beyond comfort zones. Resilient individuals, however, see failure as a teacher. They understand that mistakes are not an indication of incompetence, but an essential part of growth. Every failure contains valuable lessons, and those who take the time to analyze and learn from their mistakes develop a deeper understanding of what it takes to succeed. Instead of fearing failure, they embrace it, knowing that each setback brings them closer to mastery. Building resilience also requires cultivating a strong sense of purpose. People who have a deep and meaningful reason for pursuing their goals are more likely to push through hardships. When challenges arise, those with a strong purpose are able to remind themselves why they started in the first place, which helps them stay motivated even when things get tough. This is why having a clear vision and deeply personal goals is so important. When your ambitions are tied to something meaningful, whether it's providing for your family, making an impact in the world, or fulfilling a lifelong dream, you are more likely to persevere through difficulties because the struggle becomes worth it. Another crucial factor in developing resilience is building a support system. While resilience is ultimately an internal trait, having strong relationships can provide the encouragement, perspective, and support needed to navigate tough times. Surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, challenge you, and remind you of your strengths can make a huge difference when you are feeling discouraged. Seeking advice from mentors, talking through challenges with friends, or simply knowing that you are not alone can provide the motivation to keep going. Conversely, being around negative or unsupportive people can drain resilience and make challenges feel even more overwhelming. This is why choosing the right environment and social circle is a critical part of maintaining a resilient mindset. Taking care of your physical and mental health also plays a significant role in resilience. When the body and mind are exhausted, it becomes much harder to handle stress, think clearly, and push through challenges. Regular exercise, proper nutrition, and sufficient rest all contribute to the ability to stay strong under pressure. Similarly, practices such as meditation, journaling, or therapy can help build emotional resilience by providing tools to manage stress and maintain a clear perspective. Many people underestimate the connection between physical health and mental toughness, but those who prioritize self-care are better equipped to handle adversity. Resilience is also strengthened by taking on challenges voluntarily. Many people only experience growth when they are forced into difficult situations. But those who actively seek challenges develop resilience much faster. By stepping outside of your comfort zone, taking on difficult tasks, and deliberately putting yourself in situations that require perseverance, you build the mental toughness necessary to handle bigger challenges in the future. The more you prove to yourself that you can handle adversity, the more confident you become in your ability to overcome anything life throws your way. The environment you surround yourself with has a profound impact on your mindset, actions, and overall success. Many people underestimate the influence of the people they interact with, the content they consume, and the physical spaces they occupy. They assume that their motivation, intelligence, or work ethic alone will determine their future, but in reality, the external factors around them play a significant role in shaping their thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Your environment can either push you forward, inspiring and challenging you to become the best version of yourself, or it can hold you back, keeping you stuck in a cycle of negativity, distractions, and complacency. The key to unlocking your true potential is to deliberately create an environment that fosters growth, supports your ambitions, and aligns with the person you want to become. One of the most crucial aspects of your environment is the people you surround yourself with. It is often said that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and this is true in more ways than most realize. The attitudes, habits, and energy of those around you have a direct influence on your own mindset and behavior. If you constantly interact with people who are negative, unmotivated, or complacent, it becomes much harder to stay ambitious and driven. Their limiting beliefs can seep into your subconscious, causing you to doubt yourself or settle for less than what you are capable of. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with high achievers, visionaries, and individuals who challenge themselves, their energy and mindset naturally inspire you to do the same. Their conversations push you to think bigger, their actions set a higher standard, and their support encourages you to persist even in difficult times. This is why it is important to be intentional about your relationships. Many people hold on to friendships or social circles simply because of familiarity. Even when those relationships no longer serve them, they feel guilty about distancing themselves from certain people, even if those individuals are constantly bringing negativity or discouragement into their lives. However, if you are serious about becoming unstoppable, you must be willing to make tough choices about who you allow into your inner circle. This does not mean you need to completely cut people off, but it does mean setting boundaries and prioritizing relationships that uplift and support your growth. Seek out mentors who have already achieved what you aspire to accomplish. Build friendships with individuals who are equally ambitious. And limit your exposure to people who drain your energy or make you doubt yourself. In addition to the people around you, the content you consume on a daily basis also shapes your mindset. In today's digital age, we are constantly bombarded with information. News, social media, entertainment, and endless distractions. Many people passively consume whatever is placed in front of them without realizing how it affects their thoughts and emotions. If you are constantly watching negative news, engaging in online arguments, or consuming mindless entertainment, your mental energy is being drained in unproductive ways. Conversely, if you are feeding your mind with books, podcasts, and content that expands your knowledge and inspires you, you are reinforcing the mindset needed for success. This is why it is essential to be deliberate about what you allow into your mental space. Choose to consume content that educates, motivates, and aligns with your goals. Read books written by successful individuals. Listen to podcasts that provide valuable insights, and follow content creators who challenge you to grow. Every piece of information you absorb is either bringing you closer to your goals or pulling you further away from them. Your physical environment also plays a significant role in your productivity and success. The spaces you spend the most time in, your home, your workplace, even your car, should be designed in a way that supports focus, motivation, and efficiency. Clutter, chaotic environments can lead to mental overwhelm and distractions, making it harder to concentrate and stay disciplined. On the other hand, a clean, organized, and inspiring workspace can enhance creativity, focus, and overall well-being. Simple changes, such as creating a dedicated area for work, removing unnecessary distractions, and surrounding yourself with visual reminders of your goals, can have a powerful impact on your daily performance. The more intentional you are about designing your environment for success, the easier it becomes to maintain discipline and stay on track. Another critical aspect of your environment is the culture and norms you expose yourself to. Every group, whether it's a family, a workplace, or a social circle, has its own set of unspoken rules and expectations. These norms influence how you think, behave, and perceive success. If you are surrounded by a culture that values mediocrity, where people settle for average results and discourage ambition, it will be much harder to break free from that mindset. However, if you immerse yourself in a culture of excellence, where high standards, continuous improvement, and ambitious thinking are the norm, you will naturally begin to embody those traits as well. This is why many of the most successful people actively seek out environments that challenge them. They join mastermind groups, attend seminars, work in high-performance teams, or move to cities known for innovation and ambition. By placing themselves in an atmosphere of excellence, they ensure that their mindset and actions are constantly being elevated. It is also important to recognize the role of energy in shaping your environment. Everything around you carries a certain energy. People, spaces, activities, even the music you listen to. If you are constantly engaging in activities that drain your energy, spending time in uninspiring places, or interacting with people who make you feel exhausted rather than motivated, your progress will be hindered. Pay attention to how different aspects of your environment make you feel. Do certain activities leave you feeling energized and motivated? Do certain conversations spark creativity and excitement? Do certain places help you focus and feel at peace? The more you align your environment with positive, uplifting energy, the easier it becomes to stay motivated, creative, and unstoppable in your pursuits. Another powerful way to shape your environment for success is by setting up accountability structures. Many people struggle to stay disciplined and consistent because they rely solely on willpower, which fluctuates over time. However, when you integrate accountability into your environment, you create external forces that keep you on track even when motivation dips. This can take many forms: working with a coach, joining a support group, setting up regular check-ins with a mentor, or even using productivity tools that track your progress. The key is to ensure that you have systems in place that prevent you from slipping into complacency. Ultimately, success is not just about what you do, it is about the environment you create for yourself. By surrounding yourself with the right people, consuming content that fuels your growth, designing spaces that enhance productivity, immersing yourself in a culture of excellence, and aligning your environment with high energy and accountability, you set yourself up for unstoppable success. The more intentional you are about shaping your surroundings, the more naturally you will develop the habits, mindset, and resilience required to reach your full potential. Unlocking your true potential and becoming unstoppable is not something that happens overnight. It is a continuous journey of growth, resilience, and intentional action. The path to greatness is filled with challenges, but every obstacle you overcome, every lesson you learn, and every small victory you achieve brings you closer to the person you were meant to be. You have within you the power to break through limitations, to rise above setbacks, and to create a life that reflects your highest aspirations. The only thing standing between you and your ultimate success is the decision to commit, to push forward when it's hard, to embrace discomfort as a sign of progress, and to refuse to settle for anything less than your full potential. So, take control of your mindset, build habits that serve you, develop unshakable resilience, and surround yourself with an environment that fuels your ambition. The moment you decide that nothing will stop you, that no failure will define you, and that no challenge is too great to overcome, you will begin to see just how powerful you truly are. The world is waiting for you to step into your greatness. Don't hold back. Unleash your full potential and become unstoppable.